Okay, so the first thing we discussed about was setup, okay, making sure this right foot isn't turned out too much and your feet are in what we call a closed position, aiming too far right, because if we are in that position then now it'll cause a couple of issues. One, in terms of the backswing, we're now going to sway laterally off the golf ball, okay, and then we try to come through. You see your left foot now really up on its toe there.
Yeah.
A lot of instability there in terms of the lower half, and as you then try to come back into the golf ball, the old sort of keep your head down mentality, head staying down. As a result now we can't get back to the golf ball, the club will bottom out a little bit early, and if you look at this sort of finish position here now, quite a sort of contorted, stuck position. Your top half, as we can see, is rotated fully,
Yeah.
but your lower half hasn't rotated really at all, and most, if not all, of your weight is down on that back foot.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, when we do this, as your top half's trying to rotate around, this way, if your lower half's staying down, your head staying down, that's putting a lot of pressure on that shoulder that you had, and that's the thing we're trying to avoid. Okay, so
exactly, yeah.
for me, it's finding an efficient swing. So I think we just look at the two setups there from sort of face on the right there. You just look a lot more sort of straight on and symmetrical. The shaft's not so far leaning forward. The right foot's still a little bit turned out, but not as turned out as much.
No.
And we're certainly in a more straighter position
Yeah.
with your feet. So as the golf swing goes back now, we can see there, that for me is a better backswing. You see how much your foot now hasn't moved?
Yeah.
If we compare those two positions here now, I mean, that is just chalk and cheese, isn't it, really? So I mean, if we can get a more stable backswing, now we can move left as we come back down, striking the golf balls, we can see nicely, moving on to your left side. Head does stay down a little bit longer. That's not going to go straight away, obviously. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
But if your head was there or looking there, it wouldn't change your body position, would it? It's just a question of where your shoulders and body can now rotate more effectively. So having your head looking down at the ground doesn't influence your shot, really. We want to say looking at the golf ball, I agree with that, but at this point here now, as your shoulders start rotating, allow your head and body to rotate with it, okay? But we have a much better movement. If we look at the finished position of these two, I mean, that for me is a lot less stress on the body there. Now you're able to get round there, and from my point of view, the hips are sort of rotated through sort of 80, 90 degrees there, and the shoulders have gone through 90 plus, okay? But if we compare that one on the left-hand side, your shoulders have gone through the 90 degrees, which they always will do, but your hips have gone through maybe 35, 40 degrees. So your spine now is really sort of screwing up there, coiling up, putting a lot of pressure on it. And again, as we said at the start, we try and make a healthy, efficient golf swing. Make it so you can play twice a week, 3 times a week, and not feel by the weekend you're in agony. So you can't play the week after. We want to play as much as you can, so the golf swing can be a little bit more efficient. That all starts with setup. Your back, as I said, is a great position. Your back's nice and straight. Get those feet positioned a bit more neutral and lined up, more symmetrical. Now we can rotate around our spine, a lot less lateral move. So the swing can become more of a turn and a swish rather than sway, lift, slide and all that thing. So does that all make sense? Yeah?
Yes,
Very good. Okay, have a couple more then. See how it goes.